Hello, this is Nancy Greene from Reach Out, and this is our Reach Out roaming segment. We are at the Cathay Pearl in Swansea, Massachusetts, and we're with Sammy Chu. Hi, Sammy. How are you today?
Hi, how are you?
Very good. So now I understand you're the manager here at the Cathay Pearl. How did that come about?
Well, my family owns the business. My brother actually owns the business, and we have a few restaurants in the family. So I ended up working here about 6 years ago.
Now, are all the restaurants in the Swansea area, or where are they located?
We have one in Westport, the Oriental Pearl. We have one in North Weymouth called the Cathay Center. One in North Quincy called the Cathay Pacific. And this one naturally is Cathay Pearl.
Now, how did you come up with the names for the individual restaurants?
It's just the name of the city. Cathay is the name of the city, and it sounded good, so we just put it together and kind of formed that name.
Now, is it a name in Hong Kong where you're from?
No, Cathay is a city in China, and back in the old days, it was a very wealthy city. Like compared to New York, it's heavily populated and heavy in trade and everything. So it sounded good. We kept that name.
And when did you come over to the U.S.?
I came over when I was a kid, 1968. Yeah, many years ago.
Did you always live in Massachusetts, or did you live in other areas in the U.S.?
I lived in Massachusetts when I come over to the United States, and I've been here since.
Now, you mentioned other restaurants. Who manages those restaurants?
At the Westport store, my cousin George manages that restaurant, and my two brothers manage the North Quincy store, the Cathay Pacific, and my son and my sister manage the Cathay Center in North Weymouth.
Now, you mentioned a bunch of siblings. How many siblings do you have?
I have 4 sisters and 3 brothers. There's 8 of us.
Wow. Are they all here in the U.S. managing restaurants?
No, just one girl. They're all here in the U.S. and we live closely together.
Now, do you live here in Swansea, or do you live closer to the other restaurants?
I live closer to the other restaurants. I live in Milton. We all live near Milton. Milton, Quincy. So that's where we live.
So how do you like living in Massachusetts?
It's great. I like the 4 seasons. I mean, people talk about living in Florida during the winter. I couldn't imagine being there all year round. So I'd rather have the change in season. And sure, it's cold and there's snow and everything, but I'm used to it. And that's what New England weather brings.
There you go. There you go. You had said that you started out in managing this restaurant. Your brother owns this particular one, but did you always come in and start managing restaurants, or did you start off washing dishes or waiting tables, or how did that start for you?
Well, I started when I was a teenager, 14 and a half years old, and my first job was naturally a dishwasher. And during the summer, I prepped a little bit and do a little cooking, and slowly I worked my way up and wait on tables, busboy, bartender, and slowly worked my way up to what I do now. And I started when I was 14 and a half. I've been at this for 35 years.
Wow.
Yep. So it's good. It's been rewarding. Yep.
Yeah. I understand we have karaoke here tonight at the Pearl, and we're going to have a brief clip. So we're just going to wait a minute and watch this clip, and then we'll get back to questions, okay?
Okay.
Georgia, the whole day through. Swing said, hey, will you marry me? But I said, no, no, I need you by me, beside me, to guide me. We're wasted away in another place where the faces are so cold. Drive all night just to get back home. There's a love that's divine, and it's yours and it's mine. Love is so.
Well, that was terrific. That was terrific. So now I understand that you've been here at this particular location for 6 years personally, but that your family is involved with their individual restaurants and some charity work. Do you want to speak to that?
Sure. My family's been involved in those charity works for many, many years, and each restaurant has their own list that they deal with. And like the North Quincy store, we have the baseball league, the youth soccer, and small charities. I don't really particularly, take charge of that and get involved because they have their functions. But in the North Weymouth store, I take personally involvement in that, and we know we have the North Weymouth Civics Association that we help, and we do fundraisers in terms of meat raffles, walk for hunger, and we do at Christmas time Toys for Tots. We have a meat raffle before. Sometimes we have a silent auction. In the past, we have a restaurant in Hanover called the Cathay Hanover, and we did silent auctions for those every Christmas, and we were able to raise a large sum of money. But back in 2009, we did the Toys for Tot raffle at the Cathay Center in North Weymouth, and that one day we were able to raise $3,600 that one day. And this past Christmas, I didn't tally up. I didn't ask for the total, but I know it was pretty substantial. Yeah. And with that, we also put away a lot of money. And I know I didn't get the figures for 2010, but 2009, I know we donated like close to $9,000 to the senior citizen housing. Wow. In Weymouth, and we donated to the food pantry. We donated to the high schools, Weymouth Youth Baseball, Weymouth Youth Basketball. So I mean, that would particularly involve a little more, And on top of that, we had a couple walks for breast cancer awareness that we were kind of heavily involved in that, and we had some sponsorship on that. So I mean, we do charity, not so much involved around here, but in Weymouth, near the South Shore, towards towards Boston, we do a lot of those over there.
Now, how do you pick the charities that you help out? Are these ones that are personal to your heart, or are they ones that have significant need? Is there a set criteria, or is it just you give to who needs it?
Well, it's basically from the local community. Where I've been heavily involved in Weymouth is only because I worked there for 26 years. I managed the place for 26 years. So I'm more, I know those people a lot more. And it's just a local community. And we don't mind helping out the local community because that's where our fan base comes from. And you have to give a little and take a little, and we want to give back to the city. And as far as helping everybody else, we can't, help everybody, but we're able to help the local community that we, have a business in.
Yeah. I understand that some of the charities have given you plaques and that you have a wall of plaques in one of your locations. Is that true?
Yes, I have plenty of plaques. Every time I come in, and there's a new plaque on the wall, and we make a point to hang it up over there. We have plaques over here too, but we just don't hang up as many as the Weymouth store does. My sister is very fond of those, and we have trophies, we have plaques, we have certificates. We have keys to the city, many, many plaques over there. And we've been there for a long time, so we end up doing a lot of charity, and there is a lot of plaques over there. You're right.
Yeah, it sounds like you get a lot of, you find it a rewarding experience to give back to the community.
Oh, yeah, we do. I mean, let's face it, the local community is the one that supported us, and we made a living off of them. And sometimes in needy times, you got to help out, and I think that's only right.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Now, as far as different things in the Swansea area, you said that there were some charities that you do support here. Can you name a few?
Well, the high schools, they always ask for donations. Sometimes the senior citizens housing, local churches, they ask for donation for a gift certificate, or like in the Case High School, I think we donated some food for their prom night or whatever. And things like that, we don't mind doing that. I mean, it's just a local charity. We don't keep tabs on that. I'm always fond of it, no problem. You come down, I'll give you a certificate you can raffle off. And at least I can make some money out of that too. So I have no problem with that.
That's excellent. That's excellent. So now, is there any other facts that you think that we might be interested in hearing about? Like maybe things that are going on here at the Cathay Pearl?
Well, you know, we always have karaoke on during the weekdays, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday, and then we have live music on Friday and Saturdays. I came to dance, 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 dance. I hit the floor, cause that's my plan, 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 plan. I'm wearing all my favorite brands.
Well, it's been a pleasure meeting you. It's a lovely restaurant here at the Cathay Pearl. And this has been Reach Out Roaming with Nancy Greene here at the Cathay Pearl in Swansea, Mass. with Sammy Chu.
Thank you, Nancy.
It's been a pleasure.
It's a pleasure.
Take care.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome back. Our next guest on Reach Out is Matt Martin of the Wippets. Matt, thanks for coming.
Hey,
being
no problem. My pleasure.
Matt, why don't you give me a rundown of the type of music that you guys really specialize in?
Well, the Wippets are more like a New Orleans skiffle blues type of thing. You know, we've been playing about 10 years.
What about bluegrass?
Real good. It's got like a bluegrass instrumentation. You know, we got a washboard, harmonica, mandolin, but it's not really bluegrass music.
Okay. I understand you write, you play, you sing.
Oh, yeah.
All of that. What about the other members of the crew? Who are they?
We got Sally Sisto, plays mandolin and guitar. We got Tony, plays washboard and harmonica. All great players, played their entire life. Yeah, I write, play, sing.
Okay.
You know, that's
And how long have you been doing it?
about 25 years.
About
so
25 years.
yeah, I got it going pretty good now.
So you've done a lot of gigs.
A lot of gigs, yep, a lot of gigs
A lot
recently.
of local stuff?
All local stuff.
All local. When you say local, just Rhode Island? Or I understand you did something at the House of Blues in Boston.
Yep, oh yeah, yep, we played there. You know, it's great, that's a great gig. To say you can play at House of Blues, you know, that's,
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
you know, that's why you're saying it, because that's our,
Now you
gets a
must
little
have
attention.
you must have a list of musical heroes. Name a few.
I'd have to say, you know, Jeff Beck was a great one, great guitar player. You know, great sound. You know, Black Sabbath.
Okay.
I like it all.
Okay.
I like it all.
Well, the grapevine tells me that you have something going on with Washboard Chaz on Bourbon Street.